generations, this peaceful island has been home to our family. But beyond our reef, a great danger is coming. Legend tells of a hero who will journey to find the demigod Maui. And together, they will save us all.
Walt Disney Animation Studios has been making animated movies since the 1938 release of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but the general public usually associates computer animation with Pixar, when comparing them based on the entirety of each studio's respected filmography. Pixar is the superior computer animation studio, but when condensed to the last 5 years, Walt Disney Animation Studios has been knocking Pixar on its tuchus. Can you imagine that? Just a company competing with itself? What is that, a duopoly? Stats? Can you look that up? With the exception of Inside Out, Pixar has been on a bit of a dry spell. In contrast, Disney Animation Studios has released two of the best films of 2016, Zootopia and now Moana, the story of a Polynesian princess chief person who must save her home island from the threat of global warming. Al Gore was like, yeah, see, I told you.
Our ability to live is what is at stake.
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, the greatest human actor on the planet and deserved winner of Best Supporting Actor from his roles in Fast and Furious 5, 6, 7, and I'm assuming 8, voices the demigod Maui, who is responsible for the impending climate disaster after he steals the heart of Te Fiti. Since the moment she was born, Moana's personal ambitions of becoming a master navigator of the sea are suppressed by her father. He desperately tries to keep Moana content with her leadership role in their island utopia, but she is eventually chosen by the sea to find the long-lost demigod Maui and help him return the heart of Te Fiti. Moana's epic journey of self-discovery is a familiar story told with a fresh sense of individualism and humor, similar to Kubo and the Two Strings. These are two films that are dealing with the grand mythical themes of courage, belief, destiny, self-discovery. Moana's rite of passage is especially inspiring because of Disney's efforts towards more diversity among their newer protagonists and heroes. In contrast to Kubo, which was completely unaware of the year in which it was released, Moana is unapologetically modern with its comedy, combining classic slapstick humor with even subtle references to social media. The majority of the film is grounded in its Polynesian setting, and the contemporary comedic nods are really just silly japes that will fly over the head of its young audience, but it also has moments of visual and narrative darkness. Dwayne Johnson's name is on the top of the credits, and while he does a fine job in his first voice acting performance, this movie belongs to... I'm not even going to touch this name. Stats, can you just bring it up on the screen? Thank you, Stats. Yeah, I mean, the hardest thing to do in Hollywood these days is outperform The Rock, and she does an outstanding job as Moana. I'm always amazed by the amount of emotion and conviction you can get out of a voice performance. Okay, I'm going to take a crack at this. Auli Carvalho? Yeah, she does a great job in her first ever performance in a movie, animated or live action. She brings grit and maturity to her character, but also, the innocence of adolescence. This movie, in particular, reminded me of Lilo and Stitch. Obviously, Lilo and Stitch is hand-drawn animation, but they both brought a vibrancy to the visuals of the Pacific setting. Lilo and Stitch takes place in Hawaii. This movie takes place in a fictional Polynesian island. But with Moana, the visuals are so amazing, it's almost like a visual stimulation. They are activating your 5 senses. You can feel the sun on the back of your neck. You can smell and taste the salt water. You can feel the sand between your feet when you're walking on the beach.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I mean, visually, it's just incredible, and it's always great when you have a film like this that moves the animation forward, but also mixes it with a great original story. Once again, told with familiar themes, but that doesn't mean it's not told in a new way. Scored by Mark Messina and Lin-Manuel Miranda, the score meshes beautifully with the lush and captivating scenery of the Polynesian islands. Now, none of the songs are particularly memorable. I didn't walk out of the theater whistling any of the songs that I heard, but the overall score, the background music, is so well produced for this film in particular. Lyrically, Lin-Manuel Miranda is very talented, but I thought the best song was probably the "You're Welcome."
So what can I say except you're welcome for the islands I pulled from the sea.
Dwayne Johnson, who knew he could sing? God, is there anything that guy cannot do? Dwayne Johnson 2020. It amazes me that in the golden age of mediocre remakes, reboots, and sequels, the one genre that is actively trying to create something new usually comes with a PG rating. It appears that Hollywood has confined originality and creativity to the animated world of filmmaking. But, it makes me want to have kids so I can just drag them to these movies. Regardless of the PG or the G rating, these movies are really good. So I would have to give Moana a 10 out of 10, and I'm really looking forward to the live-action remake in 10 years. Jon Favreau, get on that.